Hello and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Carla. I post crochet / making content, life abroad vlogs, and video essays. So if you're interested in any of that, please do subscribe. We recently hit 100 subs and then 200 shortly after that, and I think maybe by the time this video is up, we'll be at 300, which I know sounds really silly, but I think that we're growing like quite a cute and wholesome community here. Everyone's comments are always so lovely, and it's just been really nice to have a little space to share stuff with people and to talk about things that we all care about, whether it's baking stuff or fast fashion or design. And yeah, so if you're interested in joining, then do subscribe and say hi. I'm Carlos Calling Everywhere. But yeah, let's get into the video. So today we're basically going to be going through Pinterest and gathering some inspiration and just talking about crochet / maybe sewing goals for the new year, for 2024. So I'm going to set a little timer. I have my coffee, I have my screen recording, I have like my mic so you can hear me well. It is pouring rain in London. It's just absolutely pissing it down, as they say. I've lit a nice candle. I actually put in contacts on and a bit of makeup for you, just for you, Pookie. But yeah, we're ready. We're ready to go and get some inspiration. So this is my, let's just refresh the home feed. This is what my Pinterest homepage is looking like right now. I did a free crochet Christmas patterns video, so seeing quite a few Christmassy things, but also pretty like average stuff for all seasons, like this little pencil or makeup bag that is so cute. But anyways, let's go to my Pinterest and see what I've saved recently. So I'm gonna open crochet and sewing, but I don't think I have a lot in sewing. These are the two boards with pretty much all of the free patterns that I mentioned in those videos. If you're wondering where the free patterns are, watch the video, and the link to these boards is in the description. But yeah, let's look at stuff for the home, because that's always fun, as well as bags and hats and tops. And then let's see, what do I have in sewing? Let's actually start with sewing, because we haven't talked about sewing much on this channel, and I don't love to sew. I don't necessarily like to make stuff. I mostly like tailoring, but I think making, especially objects for the home, can be really, really nice. And my main thing that I do want to make eventually, because I have some leftover sheets that they're not the best quality, but I think using them as kind of like decorative sheets, like just the duvet cover, and then still using maybe like a blanket under that just to sleep in, could be really nice for making like ruffle bedding. And any of these sort of ruffly things are really cute and they're fun to make. So yeah, I love these. Like, I'm gonna zoom in because I don't feel like clicking. This looks a bit more complicated, but it's like a double-sided pillowcase with a little bow to hold it together. That is so unique. I had never seen a pillowcase closure like that before. And I think it's smart because it adds a bit of like whimsicality, but also it actually helps to keep the pillow in there instead of it being like super floppy. The thing with making ruffle pillowcases, which I really, really want to do, and perhaps dye them pink with like beads, I'm thinking, what is the fact that the flanges, I think they're called, because I've clearly done some research, they can be a bit too floppy, and a way to get around this is to add like interfacing or like wadding that you use for quilts to just give it a bit more structure. Because even right now, like some of my pillowcases do have that border, which I guess are called flanges, and they're just like, you know, they don't look that nice. So I've been wanting to also alter those to add a bit of structure so that they stay up, not super stiff, but so they look nice. But I think for the ruffles, they like adding that ruffle adds a bit of structure already, but I think you would still want some interfacing in there. So it definitely involves like buying a few things that you might not have on hand. This is more for summer, but I just thought this was cute. Basically taking an old towel and making a little beach / just like tanning thing. And I think adding the little cushion here at the top is so smart. and some pockets for like your books and sunglasses. That's really cute. I do have like a picnic blanket that rolls up like this, but it definitely doesn't have a cushion sewn in. Oh, and here's the bedding in pink. So cute. These 2 pins are about my most recent video essay, I think, about why your clothes don't fit. If you want to watch that, I'll put it here. But this I did save, and I think this will be the last sewing thing we talk about. But this is basically making your own heat pad. And I've been really interested in making or getting a heat pad recently because when I get like cramps, I'm just too lazy to fill up a hot water bottle. You know, you have to boil the kettle, you have to, at least here in London, because of hard water, I have to filter the water first, then put it in the kettle, and then pour it into the thing, and then, you know, I know it's not gonna break open and all the boiling water is gonna come out, but it does, you know, it is a little scary. So these are just really cool. You put rice inside, and then I guess you sew it, and I don't know all the steps, I'm not gonna read it right now, but then you have this little plushy, like nice texture feeling thing that you then microwave. And yeah, and I love that it's a little cute cat. I could probably do something else. Maybe just a heart would be cute. But I really, really like that. But then of course you do have super cute covers for hot water bottles that are just very like rustic. Okay, next let's move on to crochet. Let's talk about crochet home goods. So I save stuff in my home crochet tab quite often. Yeah, you can see these makeup bags slash pencil bags that I saved quite a while ago. Same with these pillowcases, which I absolutely love. When I move into like my own place, I want to just buy like cheap pillow inserts for like my couches and then crochet all the covers because cute throw cushions are so expensive and I love this pattern and I've been wanting to make it for like 2 years now. So yeah, I want to go through home stuff a bit. This one I definitely want to make for my Kindle, so super small version, and I think that will be my first granny square. I think I've said in every single crochet related video that I have not made a granny square and that I need to, but yeah. Love this tree skirt, love this laptop. I've been wanting to make this, I guess, is it a granny square? I don't know. I've been wanting to make this flower motif for ages, and I don't know if I'd want it in a shirt, so I think as something for the home is really, really cute. So that's another good option for a laptop, not for a Kindle. I think for a Kindle it'd be too small. It'd be too busy. I love this placemat. Anytime I see crochet that's a bit more modern, I'm pinning that because, you know, I like this vintage aesthetic 99% of the time, but sometimes you want something that's a bit more like neutral, goes with everything, and is easy to work into like your style. Even when it comes to the home, you still have a style. The azulero, I don't know how to say it in Portuguese. Also absolutely stunning. Again, I think I would make a top out of it, but starting with it for the home is really, really cute, and it's a little pot holder. I think you need cotton for that. I thought this was really cute. Now that I have a Kindle, I don't really need it, but it's a really cute way to have a bookmark. And at first I was like, is that going around just one piece of paper? But I realized that you'd put it around like your whole book, or the rest of the book that you have left. And then some pumpkin pie coasters. I try to be trendy and cute, but sometimes you need something that's a little bit silly. I don't make the rules. That's pretty much it for the home. Let's move on. Bags. So many cute crochet bags that are more than just like a tote bag. I want to make this one the not knit bag, but I think it's all slip stitches. That's probably pretty obvious. That might be a bit too much work, but I love this combo of colors. I think that's the main thing I find inspiring about this. Having like 2 colors that are close together, but not the same, and alternating them that quickly just adds like such a cool visual effect for me. It scratches a good part of my brain, you know? I love this granny square tote bag. I like it. I would probably make the handles bigger because I like to put them on my shoulder, but I thought this was unique and different to other granny square bags where they're just making it like a vertical rectangle. I thought having this like wide tote bag, probably for the beach or something, is super useful. I don't really love stuff like this anymore. This was one of my first pins, clearly. But yeah, this is quite cute. I think this is a free pattern from Lovecrafts. I love to support individual creators, but when big corporations, I don't know if it's a big corporation, but when big craft companies have free patterns, it can be really useful because they're typically written really well and just have everything there for you. I love this gingham. It reminds me of Hay, that brand Hay. I don't know, is it from that brand? No, I don't know where it's from. Gingham is a lot of changing colors, but yeah, especially if you don't want to pass the color through, then it's going to look a bit messy. I think you would probably need to change the color for every square, which can be really, really frustrating. Definitely a lot of work, but if you add a lining to this, you won't see all the ends and you don't have to weave them in. The Devout Hand bow bag, so gorgeous. I prefer it in this yarn. I'm assuming that's like acrylic or wool, as opposed to the cotton. I think that's cotton. I don't like it as much. I think this fuzzy texture is a lot more appealing, especially since it's supposed to be like loose and flowy and a bow that you wrap around, and just making super long straps. You don't have to seam them together, and that way you can make a giant bow, wear it crossbody, wear it on your shoulder, and then the bow is like bigger. I love that. It's such a good idea. And this, finally, this is the last bag I have saved, but it's a very like 60s motif, crochet crush. So pretty. They actually have like a leather strap. I also thought this was a baguette, but I think it's like a scroll of 60s, 70s wallpaper. Very cute. I really do like super bright crochet, but I'm not a big fan of like this aesthetic, like Gen Z. I'm Gen Z, but this aesthetic where it's very like squiggly lines and only pastel colors. It can be cute if it's done the right way, but for me, just a pop of it from time to time. And I prefer those colors when they are very intentionally like 60s or 70s inspired, like this, where it's super retro and not just kind of like bubblegum pop Scandinavian Instagram aesthetic. Does that make sense? Basically trying to stay classic, if we can call 60s, 70s retro motifs classic. Hats, pretty much what it says on the tin, but I've only ever made a crochet beanie. That's the classic rectangle that you seam together, scrunch up the top, and then you have a beanie. That was my very first crochet project, and I'm dying to make a slip stitch one that genuinely just looks like knit. So I saved quite a few patterns. I think they're all free. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the same. So these are like 4 different patterns that are basically the same idea, slip stitch only, and kind of making like multiple pointed triangles and seaming those together as opposed to making a long rectangle. Because then what happens is you get a lot of bulk at the top, whereas this is much sleeker. Do you know what I mean? Actually, this is, I don't know what that is. This is a rectangle construction one, but with slip stitches, which I thought was a good medium, but I want to challenge myself to do one where it's not a rectangle construction. So these 3 patterns are all the sort of more triangular construction. You can tell here like how bulky that is there at the top. And then for these ones, it's a lot less bulk and it does look like knit, which is so pretty, but I know that that's gonna take a long time. Like I said, I wouldn't necessarily do a completely slip stitch tote bag, at least not anytime soon, but a slip stitch hat, I think I can manage it. So my plan is to actually unravel my very first crochet project. I'm already in the process of doing so. It's just taking a long time. And using that yarn to remake it with a more advanced construction. So if you want to see that, I'm probably going to make a video about that. And we'll end here with just a few crochet tops that I want to make. I want to try and freehand this one by Vera Garfield. I think I would do more of like a wool or mohair bamboo top to make it look a little less like stiff. And I think I would probably add some sort of elastic here around like the scoop back to just keep it in place. Maybe sew in some like bra pads just to keep everything in place, you know, both me and the top itself. But I love this. That would definitely be more of a project of, you know, figuring out how to make it fit perfectly to me and how to not make it too tight, but also not make it so that when I add the elastic to the scoop back, I don't want it to look all bunched up. I want it to just like stretch so it fits perfectly along that part of my back. Do you know what I mean? But it's a deep back. That's gonna be difficult, but it's really so pretty. Maybe elastic in the straps as well. I don't know, we'll see. Anytime there's this either flower or dragonfly motif, I'm obsessed and I'm pinning that. So I'm planning to make, if you watched this video, one of my very first videos, I talked about how I made a beach cover up like mesh with acrylic yarn, and I thought because it's mesh, like I'll be fine, it won't be warm. It was so warm. I ended up unraveling the whole thing after I finished it and making a full-on sweater, which I'm quite happy with, but I want to redeem myself and still make a full length, I think like past the bum, like so I can just wear it on its own, beach cover up that is just the dragonfly or the flower motif. I really like this one, but I want to be even more like holy, and I'll make it out of 100% cotton so that I can actually wear it on the beach in the summer without being super, super, super warm. But I can't wait to do that. I'm so excited to do that. Like I need to redeem myself. You know, when you mess a project up and then you just like have to fix it? That's me with pretty much every crochet project I've ever made. I love pinning anything 70s. So cute. This I love. Again, a bit risque with the holes down the middle, but like really wearable because it's not really that risque. Like you can't see anything. It's so cute. And this I've been dying to make. This has been on my Pinterest board for ages. And it's just so pretty. I would definitely want to add like cups or something to make sure it's, you know, fitting there really nicely. But again, like wearing this on the beach, you're showing a lot of skin, but also not in an uncomfortable way. Like you feel very secure and covered still, I think. So I really, really want to make this. I've seen reviews for this PDF pattern though, and people say that it's like not well written at all. So I don't know how I feel about that, but maybe I could find like someone who's designed something similar. And finally, who's this? Who's that? That's really cute. It's me. Yeah, this is the sweater where I might add sleeves. I think I will. The original plan was to make a full-on sweater and add sleeves, but one, I got too lazy, and two, I kind of ran out of yarn and I wasn't sure if I wanted the rest, like the sleeves, to be this pure mohair or to be this, which was like mohair and just like regular wool. But we'll see. But I do really like this. It is cute. I think we'll end the video here. I hope you enjoyed that. A bit of a chaotic, different video, but we're just, you know, talking about our inspiration. Let me know if you spotted any patterns that you were like, why didn't you talk about that one? Because there's so many things to make and not enough time and not enough yarn and not enough strength in my hands. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was fun to just like chill and chat and talk about things that I'm excited to make. So let me know what you're excited to crochet or sew or knit or whatever it is in the next coming months or in 2024. If you want more crochet making content like this, or I also talk about my life abroad, as well as some video essays. I have some coming up, but I've been on holiday, so there's been a bit of a pause. But I'm so excited to share more with you. And yeah, so subscribe, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.